Hey everyone, Freedomus here on Halo Infinite, and today I'm going to be showing you the best settings on controller at least for Halo Infinite, seeing as Halo Infinite just released today. So without further ado, let's get into it. So real quick, I personally like playing on a custom button layout. I know a lot of people like playing on bump and jumper or just the regular. However, personally the only difference I make is I change melee and slide around. So I have melee as the B button and crouch to slide as the right thumbstick. Alright, now to get into the rest of the settings, of course I have vibration off so it doesn't throw off my aim, and I keep all of these as they are on default apart from auto clamber. I like to disable auto clamber, as that can sometimes just throw you off in a gunfight when you clamber by accident and you didn't mean to. Now, as for sensitivity and acceleration, this one's very subjective. However, personally, I like playing on a 4-lock acceleration with 7 on both horizontal and vertical sensitivity. There are a lot of people who will either have a low acceleration then a higher sensitivity, or just a high acceleration, high sensitivity. However, personally, I find this to be a good middle ground, and especially with the dead zones, which we'll look at in a second. I will say you can get used to pretty much any sensitivity in this game. I recommend going into a Halo custom match and just sort of looking around, spinning your right thumbstick in circles, just to kind of get used to the sensitivity and calibrate your brain to that sensitivity. You can even do it in a match if you want, if you're just waiting to pounce at the beginning of a match, or if you're waiting for someone to peek you, you can just quickly rotate your right thumbstick a couple of times, remind yourself of the sensitivity you're playing on, and then try and gun anyone. Alright, so next up we have the zoom level and the 1.4 times sensitivity. I like playing on a 0.9 high zoom sensitivity. Just I find it a bit better. I just prefer having a bit more accuracy at longer ranges. And then here's the big one. We've got the move and the look thumbstick. So you should put the center Z zone and the axial dead zone on the lowest you can without any stick drift. So you just if you put on 0, then you'll probably have a lot of stick drift, unless you have like a brand new controller which is really stiff thumbsticks. However, what you should do is just slowly increment the dead zone until you have no stick drift when you both don't have your thumbs on the thumbsticks and when you're just lightly touching them, because you don't want to lightly be touching on your thumbstick and have it just drift over to the moon. I personally find that a 4 works best. I see a lot of people playing on like a 3.5 to a 4. Slightly lower, slightly higher was fairly common. And now the fairly controversial one is the max input threshold. So I personally like having this on 10. I just leave it at default. However, there are some people who will swear by 0 and some people who will swear by 15. Personally, I like keeping it on default. I'd recommend keeping it on default. However, if that changes and I find that 0 or 15 are far superior, then I'll update you guys either in the comments, or maybe I'll make a new video, or maybe both. We'll have to wait and see. Now, to be fair, that's it for all the controller settings that I'd like to change. I also just as a bonus, I like having my field of view on a 90, having blur on 0% and screen shake on 0%. That's just how I find the game plays the cleanest, runs the smoothest. Just makes it kind of feel like I'm not at a disadvantage because of my settings. I'd say you don't want to go too high on your field of view and you don't want to go too low of your field of view. I feel like 90 is like a good in between. But yeah, that basically wraps it up for my best settings on this game. Oh yeah, I also keep brightness just as it is. I recommend if you do want to change your brightness, you should change your TV brightness rather than your game brightness. But yeah, that's it for me on this video. If you found it enjoyable and helpful, please be sure to subscribe, like the video, and comment what your thoughts are. You can tell me what your settings are as well. We can have a discussion, especially on max input dead zones or even on sensitivity and look acceleration. But yeah, that's it for me, people. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video, and hope you enjoy Halo Infinite, and goodbye.